Hello, I am so sorry. It's been a while since my last repair video, but I haven't had much time for repairs. Um, because I've been working on my own music and such and whatnot, and that involves using my trusty Zoom drum machine. I have the Zoom 323, which you can back up your beats on a card with. I learned the hard way by losing all my beats in the middle of a tour and had to buy a drum machine in some random shop in Italy and program them on batteries in the car on the way to the biggest gig of the whole tour. Nightmare. Anyways, the Zoom 323 and I think the 123 or the 223, unbeknownst to me, because I've never had to open these things because they have always functioned flawlessly. Um, there's a battery inside, and the battery is responsible for keeping all of the programmed sounds and your sequences and patterns in its little internal memory. And they are these little 3-volt coin batteries. I think the one this calls for is a CR 2032, which is this. It's 3 volts. It's the same as a CR 3025. They're both 3 volts. The difference is the thickness, and the thickness doesn't. The thickness of the 2032, which is thicker, it can handle a few more amps or microamps, milliamps than 2025 can. So even though they're the same voltage, you don't really want to swap them out. If whatever equipment you're replacing the coin battery in calls for a 2032, you can put a 2025 in there. That's fine, but you should really put. No, I'm sorry. I take that back. Anyways, use what it's rated for. If your equipment calls for a 2025, you can put a bigger one in there. You can put a 2032 in there, but don't go the other direction. Okay, so these batteries go bad, and it makes the Zoom drum machine go haywire. So to get them out, there's no battery clip. You have to desolder them. And there's 2 little tabs in there. This one I've already desoldered. There's 2 little tabs in there, and you just hold the soldering iron on there and get a clip on one end, hold the soldering iron on the other end, and as soon as it loosens up, remove the heat and pull it away. This one, like I said, I already took it out. And then, because like I said, this is applicable for other drum machines and other equipment, look on the other side what the part number is on these batteries, and get the same one. And they come with different styles of clips. I'm not sure what these are called, but these are tack welded on little clips. You do not want to try to take one of these and desolder these from it. They're not put on there with solder. They're put on in a different way. You're going to overheat the battery and blow it up, ruin it. But you can find these on the internet, and you should be able to look at them and find one that has this identical clip. And I'm not going to solder it in place in front of your eyes here, because if you're watching this, you know how to solder. But what you do want to do is, when you remove the old battery, clean those pads. If you got a solder sucker, got the old trusty Heiko, or suck it off with whatever you got. Just kind of get them cleaned up, and then lay your battery on there. And I like to put some kind of heat sink on the other side and just kind of lay it in place. And once you see that solder pool up and bond, remove the heat, because you can do damage to these little batteries by overheating them. So there is, and obviously get the polarity, double check with the polarity, triple check. On every coin battery I've ever seen, the textured side is negative, and the side with the information and the shiny side is positive. And you can also tell it's positive because it has a plus sign on it. All right. Yeah, I have brought back 5 Zoom drum machines by just replacing the batteries. And then once you replace the batteries, you need to reset the machine. Make sure your beats are backed up in whatever way they back up in. Unplug it, and don't do a battery replacement with it plugged in. Obviously, unplug everything. Unplug the power supply, the audio cable. Turn it off once your battery's in there. Put your finger on the record button, and then turn the power on. And then remove your finger from the record button. It's going to say something like reset now or something. You just hit the record one more time, and it takes literally 2 seconds, and then your machine is factory reset. None of your patterns are going to be in there. None of your songs are going to be in there. I'm so very sorry if you've got the machine that doesn't have card backup, but your drum machine will be as good as new, even though you've written bad in permanent ink marker on the knob. Okay, bye-bye.